So how to hold the kidney anatomical position. This is both kidneys are there, right and left, along with abdominal aorta and IVC is there. So this is the abdominal aorta, as you can see, and this is inferior vena cava. Okay, so inferior vena cava must be placed on the right side, abdominal aorta on the left side. So this will be the position, abdominal aorta on the left, IVC on the right. So this is right kidney, this is left kidney. Now anterior surface and posterior surface, I have told it has got some shape. Anterior is convex, posterior is flat, but in this kidney it is not possible to differentiate. It is convex. দিতেও পারে আবার সিঙ্গেলও দিতে পারে. Okay, so if both kidneys are there, you have to identify the relations of the hilum. Okay, now I am taking the relations of the hilum. This is the renal vein, most anteriorly. Okay, then we get the renal artery, and most posterior structure is ureter. Okay, now if you hold like this, so that means you can see ureter is touching the lower pole without any kinking or bending. Now if you hold the specimen like this, IVC is placed on the right side, abdominal aorta is placed on the left side, but ureter is touching the lower pole by producing a kinking or bending. So this should ঘুরে গেছে দেখেছিস এই যে কোনটা রাইট না না রাইট লেফট ঠিকই আছে আপার পোল লোয়ার মানে ঠিক কোনটা না ureter is touching the lower pole by forming a bend here. Ureter undergoes kinking. So this is not true. Okay, so this should not be lower pole or this should not be upper pole. Okay, and although ureter is placed on the anterior aspect, so this is also not possible. So ureter must be placed on the posterior plane, posterior aspect. Okay, and it will touch the lower pole without any kinking or bending. Sorry, okay, ঠিক আছে. Now during holding the specimen in anatomical position, you need not have to hold the kidney like this. This is the straight kidney, but it is not placed straight, it is obliquely placed. So you have to make this axis oblique. Okay, so this is the long axis downwards and laterally. Okay, so obliquity is maintained here. Ureter is touching the lower pole. Clear? Right kidney is slightly below than that of the left kidney. Okay, upper pole is nearer to the vertebral column, lower pole is away from the vertebral column. Okay, so this will be the anatomical position. Clear? So anterior surface is not purely anterior, it is anterolateral. Posterior surface is not purely posterior, rather it is posteromedial, but we can say it is anterior surface and posterior surface. So this is the long axis which is downwards and laterally, and this is the transverse axis which is backwards and laterally. So this axis is transverse axis and this axis is long axis which is downwards and laterally, and transverse axis is backwards and laterally. So this will be the anatomical position. Okay, clear? Okay, now comes to this relations. What are those relations here? This is the area for suprarenal. Okay, right kidney, anterior surface, so upper pole and adjoining medial border. So this area is for the right suprarenal gland. Then we get this area. This is hepatic area. Okay, this is peritoneal area. Why? Because the inferior surface of the right lobe of the liver, the renal impression is peritoneal. So hepatic area is peritoneal covered. Okay, duodenal area, anterior surface across the hilum. Okay, This is related with second part of the duodenum. Which surface of the second part? Posterior, which is non-peritoneal. So this area is non-peritoneal. Suprarenal gland, posterior surface is non-peritoneal. Then we get in the lower pole. Okay, lower pole, medial portion, jejunal, lateral part,
Right colic.
So right colic flexure, which surface? Posterior surface, which is non-peritoneal. But jejunum is an intraperitoneal organ. So that will be peritoneal area. So hepatic and jejunal are peritoneal. Rest are non-peritoneal. Okay, in case of right kidney. Now in case of left kidney, as you can see, upper pole and adjoining medial border, left suprarenal gland, non-peritoneal area. Upper 1/3 of the lateral border and adjoining anterior surface. If this is the total lateral border, so upper 1/3 of the lateral border and adjoining anterior surface. This is related with renal impression of the spleen, which is the peritoneal area. So splenic area is peritoneal. Okay. In between these two, this area is gastric area. This is related with posterior-inferior surface of stomach, which is also peritoneal, not peritoneal. Posterior-inferior surface is peritoneal, covered by posterior layer of lesser omentum. So gastric area and splenic area are peritoneal. Suprarenal area, non-peritoneal. Now between gastric area and splenic area, this will be the attachment of lienorenal ligament or splenorenal ligament. I have discussed it with spleen. Splenorenal extending from posterior lip of hilum of the spleen to anterior surface of left kidney. Okay. Gastrosplenic ligament becomes lienorenal ligament. Anterior layer of the gastrosplenic becomes posterior layer of lienorenal. So that lienorenal ligament is attached to the anterior surface of left kidney. So this will be the area for the attachment of lienorenal ligament between gastric area and splenic area. Then across the hilum there is an area that is pancreatic area, non-peritoneal, because posterior surface of the body of the pancreas is non-peritoneal. Then comes to the jejunal area, which will be more in case of left kidney. So that area is peritoneal. And the lateral part of the lower pole, this area is colic area, related with left colic flexion and beginning of descending colon. So this area is non-peritoneal. Because descending colon, posterior surface is non-peritoneal. Okay, so what are the peritoneal areas in case of left kidney?
Gastric, splenic,
and jejunal. Okay, other three are non-peritoneal area. Now, if we do a coronal section of the kidney, we will see the interior of the kidney here. Okay. Now kidney, this is the macroscopic structure of the kidney. Kidney has got one macroscopic and one microscopic structure. That is nephron. Okay. But you will get some macroscopic findings also inside the kidney by a coronal section. Now if you see, you can see some yellowish structure. Okay, these are perinephric fat. Now what is renal sinus? Now this is the hilum, this is ureter. Okay, now this is ureter, this is right kidney. Ureter is most posteriorly placed. So I am entering through hilum. Okay. Now an area is there. Okay, so this area is known as the renal sinus. এই এরিয়াটা হচ্ছে তো রেনাল সাইনাস। Okay, so that is a cavity inside the kidney. So this cavity, this is a space or pocket inside the kidney which communicates outside through hilum. So that is known as renal sinus. Now, pelvis of ureter is a content of renal sinus. I am coming out later on. So kidney macroscopically is divided into two parts. One is inner renal sinus and outer renal substance. Okay. So renal substance consists of a cortex and the medulla. Okay. So cortex is the outer portion. একটু এখানে লাইটটা ফেল, তাহলে দেখতে পাবি না, এটা ফ্রেশ কিডনি নয় তো, এই জন্য অসুবিধা। So this is the outer cortex which is granular in appearance. So this area is the cortex. হ্যাঁ, এই এরিয়াটা হচ্ছে কটেক্স। ওকে,
যেটা বেশি হালকা।
হ্যাঁ, গ্র্যানুল